Marca sums it up quite nicely there, front page, saying it's a final and Madrid know how to win them. Sid Lowe joins us. Sid, Zinedine Zidane confirmed today that both Bale and Ronaldo are 100% fit, which leaves him with a bit of a selection dilemma. Who will be on the bench?
I think Gareth Bale will be. I think Cristiano Ronaldo will start with Benzema. I think we'll see Isco behind them or filling in midfield, playing that more or less free role that he plays. And I think what we'll fundamentally see is the team that started in the Champions League final, which means that Bale comes on off the bench. I think he will come on much sooner than he did in Cardiff, of course, when really and truly he was there as a kind of a testimonial appearance in Cardiff. This time round, I think if he is fully fit, he's someone who can really run at Barcelona and make a difference late in the game. We saw, of course, the impact that he had when he came on in the Copa del Rey against Fuenlabrada and the World Club Cup against Al Jazeera.
Sid, you were given the lovely task of coming up with the combined 11. Here it is in all its glory. Messi, Suarez, Ronaldo leading the line. Modric, Busquets and Isco in midfield. Jordi Alba, Piqué, Ramos, Carvajal and Ter Stegen in goal. Stevie, where do you want to start?
Have a guess. We'll start with Mr. Ramos.
Oh, change the record.
There we go. Well, listen, the truth is, for me, Varane has not only got Ramos out of trouble in games this season, but the rest of the back four. So straight away, I would swap Ramos for Varane.
I do have a question about Casemiro not being included. You can make the argument that he has been the most consistent player for Real Madrid this season, and he has been the only player in that midfield that has really played well. Modric and Kroos have been very inconsistent. They haven't quite played to the level that they played last season. I would have Casemiro in. And then just a little shout-out, a small shout-out for Iniesta. On the moment, with the ball in his feet, finding a through ball, finding spaces in that final third, maybe Iniesta deserves a place in.
Marcelo.
Yeah?
Marcelo? Yeah, where's Marcelo, Sid?
Right, well, this is a team based on the Clasico tomorrow, in other words, the team right now, and the truth is this season, in terms of if you're going to choose a left-back this season based on performances and form at the moment, Marcelo is a long way behind Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba has been Barcelona's possibly their outstanding player on the pitch with Leo Messi. I'm with Ali, by the way, and the one really big doubt I had was between Isco and Iniesta, because while Isco's been brilliant
don't
this year,
doubt yourself. Don't try and dig yourself out of it
in the
now.
last 3 or 4 weeks.
Don't dig yourself out of it
No,
now.
that's the only doubt I had, but I went with what I went with.
If you're going to doubt yourself, you're not going to ask to pick these teams. Because I tell you what, it's so important we combine these two teams just to annoy somebody.
You.
What do you achieve? What are we achieving by combining a team?
Just this reaction, surely. This is quite enjoyable, to be honest.
We got that. Here's the game tomorrow, and here's who the two teams. No,
Why do we even bother talking about it?
What's up, the producer, isn't it? He loves combined
45% to take the win. Barcelona come in at 33%. We asked you on Twitter who you thought was going to win. Barcelona, 52% to get the victory at the Bernabeu. Craig?
No, I'm going to go for a home win.
Oh,
I'm going to go for a home win because I think they've had the real bad patch this season, the real terrible start. I don't think they're playing great, but they're getting a little bit of momentum. I think Bale might play, which I think will be a huge boost in terms of the pacey play they can play with. And obviously they need it more.
Yeah.
Real Madrid absolutely need it more to give themselves a smidgen of chance.
Riding high after the Club World Cup?
Oh, shut up.
To your point that they need it more, you can also make the argument that that means there is desperation. So if this game is tied in the second half and Real Madrid has to go after it, then you have a problem. Because you lose the ball in a bad area, and now it's Lionel Messi with time and space attacking you on the counter-attack. Luis Suarez in front of him, maybe Iniesta playing the ball from behind. It feels like it's suited for Real Madrid trying to pressure Barcelona, and then Barcelona go on the counter and kill La Liga once and for all.
Barcelona
win it.
Stevie?
I actually started the week thinking Barcelona could win this game.
What happened?
What happened?
I've completely talked myself out of it. I'm going with Real Madrid for the reason that you started this show with, or with the Liga. That when it comes to basically a final, Real Madrid, you come back against them. And that's why I've changed my mind. I'm going to go Real Madrid win.
And you know who usually comes up big in those finals with a goal?
Yes.
Sergio Ramos.
There you go. All right.
Sid, obviously this is a game, you know, Real Madrid 100% have to win this match, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, everybody today has been very careful to say that no matter what happens, the league's not over. But if Madrid were to find themselves 14 points behind, having been beaten by Barcelona, even with a game in hand, you'd be looking, I think, at a situation which is almost impossible to overturn. Now, look, weird things happen in football, but I really do think that this is must win for them. At the very least, they cannot lose. One thing, by the way, I don't see Barcelona as the counter-attacking threat that they once were without Neymar.
Prediction, then, Sydney.
I think that needs-must is a big part of it. I think playing at home is part of it. I agree as well that Madrid are starting to get some momentum. I'm going for a home win.
This is what Arsene Wenger had to say after the game. It was a thrilling game. I'm frustrated at not winning, but that is the type of game you want in the Premier League. Let's give credit to the creative force. If you have no shots on goal, the defences look good, but that is not what people want to see. Meanwhile, this is what Jurgen Klopp had to say. Defending is a team thing. Today we make individual mistakes, and this is not cool.
No,
my job is to think about the performance, and that was a winning performance.
Well, what utter nonsense from Arsene Wenger. People want to see goals, right? Of course they do, and entertaining and great skill. But they don't want to see shambolic defending that quite clearly has the two teams not with a prayer of winning the title this year, next year, or any time when that continues. So to say that, and also to say he's frustrated at not winning, let's be quite frank about this. If Liverpool had went in at half-time 4 or 5-0 up, it wouldn't have been an injustice. So Liverpool only have themselves to blame for allowing Arsenal back into this game. That's the only way Arsenal got a point out of this game. Not through their own doing, but once again through Liverpool's untangling themselves.
On a 5-minute spell. Arsenal had a 5-minute spell in this game where they put some pressure on Liverpool. And Liverpool handed them definitely 2 of the 3 goals. The other one, Ozil's a super finish and a good move. But Arsene Wenger, absolutely. I have no idea what planet he's on because he is talking the biggest lot of nonsense I've ever seen in my life.
How can Liverpool collapse like that?
Well, that just
I feel as though we've had this conversation before. You know, Liverpool, or Liverpool's back line, regardless of who it is, they all take a turn at completely messing up. You know, I criticised Klopp for not sorting the defence out, and I think clearly you can see that it's individual errors. You know, the shape's not that bad. They've got people in positions, but they just don't do the right thing. You know, you've got a goalkeeper who, I mean, it's just embarrassing, the goal. You've got Joe Gomez, who all he has to do is a basic thing that you're taught is attack the ball in your own box, and he doesn't. There's 2 your goals straight away. These are all individual mistakes. And Klopp's right. When you score 3 goals away from home, you should be winning the game. You should be getting a point.
Yeah, and by the way, you scored 3 goals, and it should have been 6.
Oh, aye.
Easily. Yeah. We're not even talking about half chances. We're talking about clear opportunities. Mane had one, Salah had a couple. And you think the performance for Liverpool deserved more. But this is not about deserving. And you're up 2-0. And how you let this go, it just gives you an idea how this team feels once they lose the momentum going forward. Sure. That goal goes in for Alexis Sanchez, and there is doubt. Then there's a mistake by Mignolet, and now doubt becomes, oh my goodness, it becomes panic. Now you're hanging on. And because you haven't been able to hang on in the past, there is nothing to draw on from past history to say, you know what, we're going to be able to see it through. Because you haven't done it. You haven't been good enough to do it in the past, so why would you do it now? And then Mesut Ozil scores the 3rd goal. The reaction, though, by Liverpool in saying, you know what, okay, now we're back down again. Yeah. Let's go and regain momentum and go forward. So that's commendable from Liverpool's perspective. It's just that they shouldn't have been in that position to begin with.
Watching Liverpool's exhausting.
Yes. Watching you watch Liverpool.
Honestly, I mean, Klopp has to be on blood pressure tablets. Because you would do going like this. And even at 2-0, at 1-0 actually, I turned to the lads and said, this is going to end up 2-1, because he kept missing chances. Now, and again, would we be out of order for criticising Liverpool for missing so many chances? I mean, would that be legitimate? When you score 3 goals away from home, and yet we could give them pelters for not taking the chances, when really this is just all about defending.
I mean, they should have. You heard for those that saw it, and you heard the reaction at half-time to Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pelting their players and their manager. And it should have been so much worse. I mean, you can sit on the side of the fence where you say, oh, they did well to come back in. But let's be quite frank, Liverpool completely outplayed them.
Yep.
But neither of these teams can sniff danger. Neither of these teams can sniff the danger out and sense it and be good enough to combat it. That being said, I thought the likes of Firmino's performance was absolutely fantastic. The way he just links up, he puts himself about. I thought there was some great performances going forward. I thought we were talking about Ozil during the game in the first half, saying, well, we can't really blame Ozil for Arsenal giving the ball away every 20 seconds. But eventually, when he did get a bit and he got into the game, he scored a great goal. But
Have you ever seen Arsenal turn the ball over so much? It was unbelievable. And he's got the nerve to stand there and say what a great game and a great performance. It was an absolute embarrassment for
the
us.
Arsenal midfield was shocking.
Yeah.
Particularly in the first half. Particularly. They never got near to Liverpool. They played little triangles around them, and then they got runners going in. They didn't track any runners. The defending was terrible. But they've got a point, and he's trying to paint it to some picture that, what a beautiful, this is the Premier League, and this is what we do.
This isn't a good advert, is it, by the way, for the Premier League?
Well,
They weren't quality goals.
No, what I would say is that as entertaining as it is for us to watch, it also gives you a clear message as to why these teams are not good enough to win anything.
Yeah.
Because the mistakes that are made are not a top-level competition. These are just teams that are struggling in basic situations. And so, yes, it is entertaining to watch. And yes, it is entertaining to see Stevie squirm all over the place and losing his mind. But from the perspective of evaluating the quality of play, the mistakes tell you the whole story.
We know Wenger's time really should be up at Arsenal, right? And so you can throw that little bit of mud at them and say, that's probably not going to change while he stays there. That kind of up and down, roller coaster, mistake-ridden, sometimes great, sometimes awful. But what are Liverpool going to do? Because this keeps biting Klopp in the backside. And he's not ready yet. I don't think he's anywhere near ready to be leaving Liverpool to be going anywhere else, because they are so positive going forward. But what is he going to do? What is this club going to do to try and stem this problem?
I'll tell you what, though. Sitting where I am, 100%, it's going to be far easier for Klopp to fix Liverpool's problems than it is Wenger Arsenal's. Because Arsenal's got problems back, middle and front. At least Liverpool's is hitting Klopp right in the face, but it also means that he has no excuse if he doesn't fix this in the summer.
But it's not like he took over in the summer. Klopp's had a long time to fix this.
No,
and yet it's a problem that just keeps reappearing time and time again.
You can't
That's got to make you question him.
It absolutely does, but the good, from a Liverpool fan's point of view, the good thing is these are obvious things that can be fixed.
Well, they were obvious.
But they haven't been fixed.
I know, and that's why Klopp, if he doesn't, if we're sitting this time next year and doing the same thing, I'll be the first one to say that they need to make a change, because you're right. This has been going on for what? Is this the third season? And it's the same. If it happens again next year, I'm sorry, I'm going to be in the. We need to make a change.
But why would he get an extra summer to fix it? If you have seen in the past it hasn't worked, what makes you believe that he is indeed capable of doing it?
Well, I think if you watch the way Liverpool play, how they attack gives him some leverage for the mistakes at the back. That's kind of where I'm looking at it from. You know, to maybe make a change now and take some of that away. I'm not sure I really want that, but I certainly want to see a better back line.
Meanwhile, on the other side, if you're an Arsenal fan, you just kind of just give up until he leaves, don't you? Because nothing's going to, like, what's the point?
Well, they're still in the race for the top 4, which they have been every year for
Ever.
I tell you what, they won't be.
Whenever.
If they play like that,
But in the
they're
Europa
getting no
League,
chance.
which they'll try and... I think he'll go for the Europa League. I think he'll try and... He'll play strong in that. Whether they'll win it, I don't know. But, I mean, I think he'll try and play strong, similar to what Man United did last year. And then he can roll it out as some sort of success. But he does... We're fed up talking about it. Arsenal need to make a change. Yeah. If Arsenal are going to not let Man City, Man United and the others run away continually, they're going to have to make a managerial change. But they've shown already they're incapable of making that decision. Incapable.
You know, you can argue the other teams are getting better. It's not like Arsenal are stagnating. Arsenal are going down the pan. They're getting worse. They're outside the top 4, and they absolutely deserve to be outside the top 4. We haven't said that. Certainly, I don't remember saying it up until this year, because that team today is absolutely rudderless. It's going nowhere. Other than Ozil, there's nobody creating anything. So this team is going that way, and everybody else is going that way.
Welcome to Extra Time, which is a Stevie Nichols special.
Oh, good.
Looking at the tweets we've had, Stevie. What will be Steve Nichols' approach if he has to play alongside Lovren and Ramos in a back 3 with Mignolet behind him? Oh.
Well, what you do is you calm them down and talk to them and take them through the game. That's what you do. The biggest problem with Lovren and Ramos is they make rash decisions.
And you don't speak Spanish. How would you cope with that?
I would play with my phone and get the...
Is that your phone or a walkie-talkie?
What's an old phone? Okay. Mignolet, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do. I'm sorry, he's teased it.
He's teased out.
He's teased it.
Tease out, what's that?
He's finished.
He's finished.
There's another one for you. We're just teaching Ali all these.
I haven't heard him tease out.
No.
His tea is out, as in his dinner.
Oh, okay.
His tea is out.
And I got to make all those connections in order to get to his finish.
Yeah.
Would Steve Nichols take David Luiz in the January transfer window to solve Liverpool's defensive woes, or maybe go after someone like Koulibaly?
I certainly would take Koulibaly over David Luiz, and if you try to sort out your defensive problems, why indeed would you want David Luiz? There's a reason he's not playing right now. Listen, he did have a good season with Chelsea last year, but that really was kind of a one-off. He's kind of gone back to the old David Luiz, so no thank you.
Steve, what has happened to Sadio Mane? Very, very poor decision-making.
Can't really argue too much with that. He gets himself in good positions in the final third, and either takes too long to make his mind up or just doesn't make a good decision. But I'll tell you what, I don't know what team this guy supports, but I think he would like him in his side, though.
Yeah. Final tweet, why do you guys hate Spurs?
Didn't know we did.
How do we hate Spurs? How do we hate Spurs?
I don't know. We don't hate anybody.
We talk too much about Man City.
Yeah.
We don't talk enough about Man United. And then when we don't talk about them, and we do talk about them, we're infatuated with them.
Well, what are we supposed to say about Spurs this season?
7th,
I mean,
as we speak.
what do you want us to say?
7th.
You're tired, aren't you?
That's it. Let's do
You're tired.
it.
You had a big night out last night.
Let's do it.
And he's been sick as
Warming the
well.
candle.
Have you been sick?
No, I mean sick.
Oh, not sick.
Not sick,
Oh,
sick. Not like you with the gin.
I don't
You've been
believe
burning
it.
the candle at both ends, haven't you?
Unconfirmed reports.
I think, have you got anything to back that up?
ESPN FC is back on Sunday, ladies and
See when he
gentlemen.
does that, that means he wants to get out.
I want to
Finish.
I want to get my tea.
Oh, sorry.
Tease out. Tease out.
Tea's out. You can join us midnight Eastern, the ESPN 2.